Welcome to this short video presentation on how you can use Adobe Photoshop to enhance your images, adding punch to them and making them pop on your screen. My name is Zeckson. If you have known me personally or have seen my works on the internet, I am better known as Zack at Work, and I'm representing Lightroom Studio and Academy, or LRSA for short. Now, there are many ways to enhance an image, and one of the favorite methods among professional photographers is to convert a color image into a black and white. So let's do that in this video. Now, let's start by having Photoshop open on your screen. And here we have an image of our model taken with a Nikon D90 using a 500 watt ProPhoto D1 Studio strobe with a beauty dish attached onto it inside LRSA. Now, this image, it is an already beautiful image, but we want to convert this image into black and white and enhance it a little bit more so that it brings stronger visual impact than what it is now. So before we do that, let's start by duplicating a layer. We do this by layer, duplicate layer over here, and click OK. Now, we start off by doing a global tonal adjustments first. Now, from what I'm seeing on this image, there is a little, very slight magenta cast on this image. Now, I want to remove that first before the conversion. Now, I do this with Photoshop's automated feature under Image and Auto Tone. With Auto Tone, it actually removes this color cast and actually increases the contrast for me to a acceptable level. Now I just want to make sure that the highlights over here and the shadows over here do not clip. How am I going to do that? I'm going to use my eyedropper and I'm going to call out my info palette. Now this palette over here, this is the area whereby it will indicate all the values in your red channel, green channel, and the blue channel. Now we got to make sure that these three channels do not hit 255. Now take note, as I move my cursor outside this palette and into the image, you will see values moving, changing constantly as I move my eyedropper. Now I'm moving my eyedropper over the specular highlights right now, and I'm not seeing, yes, the red channel sometimes hit 255, but the green and blue channels are still within limits. Over here, it is still within limits. Over here, yes. And let's check the nose area, that's still fine. And I want to make sure that the blacks over here are not clipping to 0. I think this is still acceptable. Yes. I'm quite happy with this tonal adjustment that Auto Color did for me. So the next thing I want to do is that I want to bring down the exposure a little bit. I do this by Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. And I'm going to bring down the adjustments just a little bit. Now I'm actually making the image looks dull. Increase the contrast a little bit more so there is more definition between the highlights and the shadows. Just a bit more. I think this is good. This is good enough. Click OK. Take out my eyedropper. Call on my info palette again just to make sure. Yep, I think this is good. I think this is good. This is good. Now the shadow areas are going close to black, but I think it's alright. Over here, things good. Things are looking good. Now we are ready for the conversion. How are we going to convert this image into a black and white image? Simply by clicking Image, Adjustments, and Black and White. Click on it. The dialog box will show you some of these values over here, but for a quick conversion, I just use one of these presets. Let's say the green filter. You can actually rotate among them and see which one you like, but for the sake of this video presentation, I have already selected the green filter, and I'm going to click OK. Now over here, now I can see that after the conversion, the image really gives a very strong look with highlights and shadows, but I'm worried that this may cause a little bit clipping over here. So let's check by using the eyedropper again, call out the info palette, and just to ensure this. Okay, yes, this is pretty good. We are not into clipping. Okay, I think that's okay. So we are happy with this conversion, but I'm just gonna drop down the brightness a little bit more, just a little bit, a tad bit. Okay, and I'm just gonna enhance the contrast a little bit more, a tad bit. I think good. So the light falls on the forehead, on the facial areas. It drops off over this area. That's very clear definition. That's very good. I like it. Now, once we have done all the global adjustments, let's zoom into the skin area to see if we need to do any adjustments as well. Yes, as we can see from the image over here, zoom in at about 200%. There is this little hole that we want to remove. I want to remove this as well. All these little dots on the face and on the nose. And we can do that by using the spot healing brush. Make sure the size of the brush fits the blemish, and we just click it. And of course, not to mention, proximity match has to be selected. I just brush over the blemish very quickly, and I'm removing all this very quickly. Just gonna move this out a little bit more here, a little bit more. Now we want to, you gotta be a little bit more careful on while using the spot healing brush. You don't want to remove all the details. We want to retain some of them, some of these blemishes, so that it looks natural. Okay, a little bit lip over here, a little bit more. Yep. Yes, the earlobes. I want to remove that ear pierce mark over here, and of course this little pothole a little bit here. I'm just gonna draw and make it look natural. The forehead looks good. We have very good details. Yes, good. Now the skin looks perfect. Now I want to sharpen the details a little bit here over at this area. We can do that using filter, sharpen, unsharp mask. And I've chosen these values over here, and just gonna go to do a before and after. Okay, take a look. Notice the details on the eyebrow and the skin wrinkles over here. This is before, this is after. Before, after. Beautiful. And now take a look at this. Details are very well highlighted. Image is tech sharp. It's great. It's great. Now we're almost ready for the final presentation. And before we do that, I find that there is a little bit too much space over here. I'm just going to do a little crop on this area over here. Bring on the crop tool from the image. I'm just going to drag this out a little bit over here, say, and I'm going to drag it down to this area so that this area is close up. No, I want to move it over here. Okay, just bring in a little bit more. I think this is good. Hit on enter, and here we have it. A nice finished black and white conversion of a color image we had just now. Let's take a look at the before and after. Okay, this is before. This is after the conversion. Before and after. Before and after. I like the black and white version much better over the color version. Okay, so there you have it. A very strong, impactful image as compared to the original just now. So this wraps up our video presentation today. I hope you find this helpful and opens up your world into digital image editing. This is Zeckson representing LRSA, signing off. Thank you for watching.